Hey everybody, this is your girl, Libra Butterfly, Creole Butterfly, aka Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful, the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just depends on what you darn like. Okay. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah, any celebration that you are celebrating today in the month of June. We actually celebrate with you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Let me see. So, you know who I am. I am the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So that means we give out smooches over here. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch, okay? I hope your day thus far, this Monday, has been wonderful. I hope it has been miracle. Marvelous Monday for you guys, okay? All right, all right, all right. Anywho, moving forward. So you guys, oh, I was gonna I hope y'all seen something. Look, I have so much video and stuff. I'm like, I ain't gonna just keep sending them to my shorts. I just what y'all got is all y'all gonna get. Yesterday was such a full day for me. I had a great day yesterday, y'all. I really, really did. I did. Until I got sick. Okay. Team too much. Team doing too darn much. Trying to be grown. Okay. Trying to be grown. Trying to be 50 something. No, let me take it back. Trying to be 20 something when 50 something got me. Okay. So yeah, team too much. So I ended up getting a little under the weather yesterday, and I had to come what I call home, HOME. Okay, and yeah, let her burdens down and every stuff is y'all. I got so hot yesterday because it was like 90 degrees here in Kentucky. So I got so hot yesterday. Like I have a covering. I showed y'all that covering. I have a covering over. I have a port in me, and it's a covering over it, and it's supposed to protect my hole that's there, right? Because that goes directly to my heart. So yeah, you feel me? So anywho, that began to come up yesterday, y'all. It's never came up. It began to come up yesterday. That's how I knew I was doing team too much. You hear me? I mean team too much. So so I had to be like, yeah, let's get home because you're doing too much, and that's just how we gonna be. And different people was calling to make sure I was okay because I just took off, like, for real. I was just like, let me get home because yeah, let me get out of this heat, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so yeah, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful day yesterday. It really was, up until that moment. And then after that, when I got home, I was blessed to go to dinner yesterday. Went to Texas Roadhouse. Got a front row seat, where you park it. Well, I got a front row parking space, which is great. Then got a good seat, which is absolutely beautiful, and everything. Food was on point. Waitress was on point. I'm like, look at this. Come on now. Anytime somebody say, I'll take you to dinner. Want to go to dinner? Sure do. Thank you. Appreciate you. Sure do. So yeah, it was great yesterday though. It really was. And everything. I had they herb chicken, y'all. I had that herb chicken was done up. I usually get that anyway, but it's a difference in getting it when you go get it as a takeout than when you get it like when you're sitting there and everything. So yeah, it was good. So let me tell y'all about my episode with McDonald's, okay? And then we're gonna move on. Me and McDonald's have a love-hate relationship. Okay, we really do. We have a love-hate relationship. Most of the time, I hate them. Okay. However, this particular McDonald's I go to all the time. Matter of fact, I used to be a manager at that one. Well, unfortunately, for the last 4 days, every time I pull my code up on my phone, it says invalid code. Even though McDonald's gives me the code, invalid code. So what they've been doing, because some of the managers don't know what they're doing, what they say is, it's no problem. Come around to the window. We know what to do with this. Come around to the window and show us. So, come around to the window, I show them their code and what it's for. They go ahead and type it in, do this, override, whatever they got to do. However, I leaves with my coffee. Okay. Well, today, first of all, I got a girl who was smart Alec, not smart mentally, smart Alec. And my son said, he called himself, right? I didn't like the way the trick was talking. So anywho, and I think my son was counting down like, okay, she gonna bloop out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this woman, I mean, she commenced to get smart. Well, what do you want me to do about your code? Yeah, that type. You feel me? So I was like, first of all, and when I said that, my son said, Mama, just let it go. Let it go, Mama. Let it go. I said, get me away from her if I end up snatching her through this window when I pull around her. Y'all, I mean, it wasn't pretty, okay? It was not pretty. He was like, that's why I said, let it go. Just let it go. He said, I saw you. He said, I saw you. He said, because I didn't like how she's talking either, but I'm like, I'm going to breathe through it because I got too much going on. I'll be hurting so bad. And I was like, he said, I knew it. He said, 5, 4, 3, 2. He reminded me of my husband, my late husband, y'all, because that's exactly what he would do. He'll go, uh-oh. Like he would literally say, uh-oh. And I'd be like, you know what? He said, every time you do it, your ass change. He said, I'm like, she could bloop out. Nope. All right, we gonna go. We leaving. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So y'all pray my strength in the Lord that I be what he's calling for in these last and evil days. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm still human and I'm still in my flesh. I ain't of my flesh, but I'm in my flesh, okay? Because I ain't up there with the Lord and I ain't around here invisible. So I'm still in my flesh. And, depends on what day you get me and what time. The other Libra will kick in. Yeah, that, because we balance. We'll balance everything out until you get to that. Yeah, when you hit that chief, I'm going to give you what you asked for times 10, okay? So anyway, yeah, so that was rude as heck. And don't worry, I already got a call in. See, it ain't what you know sometimes, it's who you know. Okay. Ain't it true? But my son said, that's all right. I said, you know what? They lucky because I would go and buy my coffee because I was out of coffee. I didn't the half of it. Hold on. It ain't the half of it. Okay, so my son was like, you know what? Come on. He said, I'm going to go buy you a box of your coffee. I'm like, okay, he trying to make me feel better. So I start, feeling a little bit better because, he's going to buy me a box of my coffee. So anywho, we gets over here and we at Kroger. He goes in, he gets my coffee, he comes out, we talking, blah, blah, blah. I can't wait to get home. I said, I ain't taking care of no business today because I got some stuff I got to do today. And I was like, no, not doing it today because, you'll get the wrong businesswoman. You'll get this one businesswoman that, was raised in the project and can get projectish about things. So, no, you want the other businesswoman, the one that knows how to carry on a conversation and talk business without getting smart. Okay, that's the businesswoman you want. So, we got to know your ministry. Today ain't that type of ministry for me to be talking no business. It's just not. Okay. So, anywho. So we get home. We get in the house, talking to my son. I'm feeling all good and bubbly on the inside because, he went in there and got my favorite coffee. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling all bubbly on the inside and, everything's right with the world because I'm going to sip on this coffee, okay? And so, I gets over to Mercuric. Here it is. I gets over to Mercuric. And I'm like, let me make sure I got water in here. I do have water in there. Okay. I'm like, okay, so I got enough to make a cup. That's all I need. I don't need no more than that. So I put my little thing in there. My son just bought. I'm smiling and yes, fixing me something to eat, and everything. Because I'm doing intermittent fasting again, right? Because y'all, my hips. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell you about that too. Yeah, my hips. Anywho. So, I put the thing in there and everything and I fixed my little goodness in my cup. I got my cream and I got my turmeric and my pepper and I got just a bit of baking soda. One baking soda enhances the flavor of coffee. It also neutralizes the acid. In case y'all didn't know that, all y'all coffee drinkers, here, listen to me. If you put just a little bit of baking soda in it, it neutralizes the acid that's in the coffee that they try to tell you not to drink coffee for. Well, baking soda neutralizes it. And then baking soda also helps your body. Okay? So you get 2 for 1. And, 3 for 1, actually, because baking soda also enhances the flavor of the beans. Yeah, okay? So just in case you didn't know that, now you do. All right. So Anywho, uh, I puts the thing down on my cake pot, and I'm just waiting for the light to lit up and everything. And I goes back over to the stove. I got this thing I'm fixing and all this stuff. All is right with the world because pretty soon I'm gonna start smelling that aroma of my coffee beans. You feel me? My coffee cup. You know, when I say coffee bean, I'm talking about the coffee cup, not the actual beans. Okay. So anyway, I'm sitting there. I'm like, yes, I see the light. It's doing what it's supposed to do. You know, it's lighting the way it's supposed to. So I'm like, yes, okay. In a minute now, I'm gonna start smelling these coffee. I goes back to the stove and I realize I ain't smelling no coffee. So I goes back over to my Keurig, and the Keurig says, and I quote, "Boop, boop, 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 boop." And I'm like, ain't no coffee come out. What's going on? Then the light goes off on my machine. The light goes off on my machine, y'all. And I'm like, huh? So I look, I'm like, well, let me add some more water, right? So I get some water, I put it in there. I'm like, yeah, in a minute, I'm gonna start smelling. It wouldn't even light up no more. So I'm like, well, maybe it's the socket, right? So I unplugs it, hits my reset, and put it back in there. Then I put it in the separate socket and all this and stuff. Just know it's gonna fire up and do what it's supposed to do, right? That the coffee gonna be coffeeing, right? Absolutely not. How come my Keurig that my daughter bought me last Mother's Day, not May of last month, a year ago, Mother's Day, how come that thing is dead? Can you say I done blew the coffee machine up? Can you say I done coffee too much and it just said I quit? It was like, you know what, player, yeah, we quit. We can't keep doing this. You don't give us no break. You ain't rubbed us in a minute, told us you love us or nothing. So we just quit. We walk away from this job. So perk your own coffee. Yeah, and I stood there. Now, mind you, I just told you what happened with McDonald's. So my son was trying to, neutralize the situation by taking me and go get my favorite coffee at the store. Now I'm here and I'm trying to perk some do my Keurig for some coffee, and then the coffee said, "Nigga, what?" Y'all, I had to laugh, I swear. Because if I thought about it even more, I would have got pissed. Do you hear me? So I remember, I'm smart. I remembered, I said, okay, you don't want to work no more? I have no use for you. Now, I'm sitting up here talking to a coffee Keurig, okay? Yeah, pray for me. I told you. I'm up here talking about, you don't want to work no more? I have no use for you. I don't have no use for nothing that don't work. Period. You ain't gonna coffee. You supposed to be coffee, and you ain't gonna coffee. I tell you what, I'm still gonna get y'all. I'm serious. I'm having a full-fledged conversation with this coffee pot. Okay. So anyway, I remember I go get my old faithful. So I goes where my son had put up my old Keurig. I go and pull her out because she ain't never did me wrong, okay? That's what I get for trying to upgrade her. They was like, you don't need to put this because you got a super deluxe one and all this. My daughter was like, Mama, this one is top of the line. And I bought this for you. And everybody's like, yeah, put that one out. So, I told her, baby, we'll be back together sooner or later. You just sit over here and look cute. Okay, you just look cute. So I get her, and I know she's mad because I ain't rubbed on the year, and I'm having to talk to her and smooth her over. You feel me? I'm having to smooth her. So I gets her and I take her over to the sink. And I'm like, I see you all dusty, boo. I'm going to wash you up. You know what? Because I've missed you. I'm literally talking to this Keurig, right? I'm like, I missed you so much. And I'm going to wash you up and everything. And I don't care what nobody say. I ain't getting rid of you, boo. You the one got me over. I said, you the one got me over. So yeah, let me go ahead. So I went on and then I perked a cup full of water, hot water, to run it through just in case it was some dust in her. And I was like, see, you back in your spot. Can't nobody take your place. So I took my Keurig cup that I had in the other one since it didn't perk and I put it in that one. And I was like, let me go ahead and make sure everything's everything. Cause boo, you got this. Show them what to do. Y'all, I pushed that thing down and all of a sudden I heard do, 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 do. I said, here she come. Come on, baby. And she went on and got me through, y'all. It's the best cup of coffee I had. See, all the time, newer ain't better. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm so because my son had been trying to throw my coffee, my old one. He had been trying to throw it away, and I told him no, because I don't know what's gonna happen with this new one. It might get fickle. I said, I think his new coffee thing is a man. You know how y'all get fickle. Don't be throwing him out, you know. And so when it happened, I called him because he's downstairs in the basement. I called him. He said, yes, ma'am, mother. I said, see, that's why I didn't get rid of my Keurig, the one you've been trying to throw away forever. I said, cause the other one stopped working, much like my relationship with your sister. He busted out laughing. I said, go to figure. She the one bought it. It ain't working. And me and her ain't working. And the whole dang on thing ain't working. He was rolling. He said, she just bought. I said, I know, a year ago last month. And it's already said, no, I'm done. We ain't getting another perk out of us. Forget perk. You ain't get another perk. Nothing. So, yes, babe. You too. Hey, glad you're here. So yeah, I was like, yes, I had to tell y'all that. I said, Lord, they gonna get a kick out of this. Yeah, you know what? Okay, let me just go ahead in a minute. Hello. My name is Libra Butterfly, aka Creole Butterfly, aka Coco 9 to 9, and I am a coffeeaholic. I can no longer deny I'm a coffeeaholic, okay? There's no cure for what I have. And yeah, just I don't know what else to do. I just needed to talk to somebody and let them know that I am a coffeeaholic. Okay, okay, and yeah, but I'm also a coffee snob. Oh yeah, I'm a coffee snob because I've graduated so much where it comes to coffee. I don't drink no any kind of coffee. Don't roll up on me with no any kind of coffee. Okay, it's a specific blend that I drink. Okay. Hmm. So now don't roll up on me telling me I got some coffee and you come pulling out some Maxwell House or some Folgers. No, ma'am. Don't roll up on me with that cheap stuff. No. Now just the price don't make it cheap. It's the beans. It's how they harvest their beans. Ain't no good. None whatsoever. I would tell y'all what I drink, but then everybody will start getting it and the price will go up. So no ma'am, no ham, no sandwich. Not gonna tell you that either. Just know I'm an avid coffee drinker and I have about 2 to 3 cups a day. And that's limited because when I was a manager, I would drink a pot of coffee, a pot and a half coffee a day. Yeah. So now that I'm just down to like 3 cups, that's a blessing. Okay. So I'm the same way. I get beans and grind my own. Girl, I'm gonna grow up and be like you. But I ain't got time for all that. Just let me put it through the machine, get my feel. I'm good. And believe it or not, I really started getting it. Like my grandmother started me with coffee when I was 3, going on 4. Me and her would have coffee time in the morning. I would sit in my little dinette set because I had my own little dinette set. Yeah. I was sitting, yes, I was spoiled and move on, move around. I had my own little dinette set, and my grandmother would sit at the main dinette set, and she would make her coffee and make mine. But mine has so much cream in it, but it was so good. Couldn't nobody make coffee like my grandmother. It was just so good. So I have been drinking coffee, like I said, from 3 to 4 years old, honey, who, and it just grew up in me. And like I said, when I was working, when I was a manager, like I said, I would drink a pot and a half of coffee a day. And it was like water to me. Wasn't no big thing. I don't care how hot it gets or whatever. It got no bearings on coffee. Coffee's coffee and I drink it. Okay. Only time my deceased husband would drink his coffee, I would drink coffee. One is if I made it, but we would have to go to somewhere like Denny's or Shoney's or something like that, and we would be having breakfast, and he would say, "Oh, give me a cup of coffee," because he wasn't a coffee drinker, but every now and then he feel froggy, but he'd say, "My wife got to make my coffee because that's the only way I drink is if she know what to do with it to make it not taste like coffee." I ain't doing them put a whole bunch of creams in it, y'all. One Splenda, two sugars, and that man was gone. That was it. And I mean, he already had energy. But when he drank coffee, good grief. I knew he was gonna get on my nerves for the next 1 hour, 1 to 4 hours. He would be getting on my nerves. Yeah, okay. Anyway, move on. Let me see. The taste is so delicious and the smell. I know. Now here's the thing reason why I like going into Starbucks. I don't like Starbucks coffee. I don't. It's got a weird like taste to me. I don't like their coffee, so I always get a specialty drink. But I like going in there or pulling up by the window because that smell, oh my goodness, that smell just does it for me, honey. It just really does. Let me see. We got a coffee place here that my late husband and I used to go to all the time called Sister Bean. And we went in there so much because he would like me to order him this special thing or whatever. We went in there so much they knew us by name. They'd be like, "Here come the Slaughters." I'm like, "Hey y'all," you know what I was because we like this. If we like y'all and we like your service and we like what you're selling, we'll be faithful to you. And we'll bring people with us. And so yeah, so you always got a customer with us. So let me see. I got two grinders. I use one for my herbs. It's a good way to chop them. Yes. Yes. That's right. And then another thing people don't know about coffee, and I tell any fat person this, when you fat, you need to drink coffee. And they said, why? Coco, tell me why. I'm glad you asked. Because coffee curbs your appetite. It does. It's a appetite suppressant. It curbs your appetite. So that's why a lot of people who drink coffee begin to slim or stay their consistent weight as a small weight because coffee actually suppresses your appetite. Sometimes I forget I ain't ate. Like if I had like right now I've had 1 cup. I'm drinking. I haven't drunk it. I'm drinking my bottle of water. And then about an hour later I'll go have another cup. I have to remind myself I ain't ate dinner. Like come 8 o'clock, I'll be like, "Girl, you ain't ate no dinner." Unless I keep in my mind and I keep saying, "What am I gonna eat for dinner? What am I gonna eat for dinner? What am I gonna eat for?" Like if I do that, then I remember. Other than that, I be coffee like it suppresses your appetite so much you don't get hunger pains. And that's something that people don't know. So I just gave y'all another nugget. Like this thing video. Okay. What does Rico say? Hit that like though. Shout out to Rico. Hit that like though. Shout out to Rico. Yes. Okay. So, but y'all, yeah. So I got my baby back. She's not going anywhere. I don't care who buys me a new Keurig. She ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Okay. Anywho, y'all. I want to get on this subject right here before we get on the health and wealth because this really ties in together. I was in a study not too long ago, and we was connecting health with sex. Okay, health with sex. Biblical wise, y'all, when it comes to sexual intercourse, okay, men, you all project, you all give. Okay, you all give from your soul. You give, and when it comes to women, we receive. Okay, so look at it like a baseball player and a pitcher. Okay, the baseball player has to bat, so they actually hit the ball, and you are the pitcher. I mean, you are the catcher, so you catch the ball. Ball being semen. Okay. And so that's why a lot of times when men actually projectile, they release themselves, they get weak and are tired, not just because of the motion of it, but because giving out like that drains them. All their blood has went to one area, and it even in their mind, like it goes from their mind and things like that, and it goes to that one area, and it slows the thinking process, because it's all concentrated into one area. And so, a lot of times, you'll hear a man say he has to get his strength back, or wait a minute, let me get myself together. And everything, because that blood drains. Okay. That blood actually drains. Um, and so when a woman actually receives, we take on the spiritual impact, or the physical impact of what they give. We take that, and sometimes when we embody that, it doesn't really mix with our chemistry a lot. And that's why when it doesn't mix with your chemistry a lot, it's a certain smell. Another reason why a woman will have a certain smell outside of disease, y'all. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about, your pocketbook is really, really okay. You know what I'm saying? Another reason why a woman after sex will have an odor is if the man himself has a bad eating habit. Okay, because when men have a bad eating habit, like all they eat is junk food, like maybe noodles or fast food or hot dogs, and stuff like that. Their diet is not great. Like they don't eat, green vegetables a lot. They don't drink a whole, enough water like they don't drink enough water like they're supposed to. They don't drink, they don't eat their fruits and vegetables, in abundance. All their diet basically is fast food, uh, you know, um, quick foods that you unthaw, frozen dinners, things like that that's not good for you. Then their sperm is not good either. Their sperm is going to be junk sperm. We're going to say it like that. It's not going to be the supreme sperm. It's going to be junk sperm. Junk sperm is what they eat. Whatever they digest or ingest, that's what their sperm is going to be. Okay. So you can always tell a man who actually watches what he puts in his body. You can always tell a man that takes pride in his temple. And even when it comes to that particular action, the love making action, because the sperm itself comes out and it's white. It's more whitish than yellowish, and it's clear. Not clear. Well, the residue is clear. But also, it doesn't stink when y'all mix together. It doesn't have that odor. Okay, it doesn't leave you with a residue. Like, what is this? So you can tell. One of the things that is good also for the man to do is, if he has is to eat pineapples. Now that's good for the man as well as the woman both to do. Okay, pineapples has such a benefit for the body. It has bromelain in it, and bromelain is a healing ingredient. Okay, that they actually just sell bromelain. Okay, I guess they extract it from the pineapple, and they sell it like that. I'm not sure how they do it, but they do just sell bromelain. But pineapples is one way that the pocketbook gets sweeter, as well as the release that the man gives. It gives sweeter by eating pineapples, believe it or not. I don't know about any other fruit. I do know there has been scientific evidence that pineapples make the pocketbook sweeter, and it makes, the man's release sweeter as well. Okay. So, if you ever been wondering how, you can get around that, one, it all starts with the male. It starts with what he actually puts in his body. It actually starts with if he drinks enough water, if he, like I said, you can always tell a man who takes care of himself, because he watches what he puts in his body. We should we should eat to live and not live to eat. We should eat to live, message, not live to eat. Okay, some of us live to eat. Every day we wake up, we living to see what fast food restaurant we can start with, yada yada yada, and all this other stuff. Some people, when they wake up, it's like, let me do this, and oh, by the way, let me eat this. So it's two different things. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I touched on that because of where we're going at next. Okay, so I want you to hear something. I'm not gonna show you who this is because they're not paying me for this. So give me one mammoth second. Okay. Hold on one moment. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna play this twice so we can get the gist of it, and I'm gonna discuss it. But here we go. Pay attention. You hear that? It says you're playing God. Okay. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play it again, and I might stop in between here because this is for educational purposes as well. Let me get my little thing right here, just in case. Hold on. But I thought this was one of the best ways to break all this down. So here we go. Okay, playing it again. Pay close attention. And that's true. I usually tell because I actually talk to men and women. I have counseled men and women. I have been a speaker for conferences, for men as well as y'all couldn't hear it. I could. Let me see. Hold on. Let me play it again. Let me pull my other computer up one moment. Okay. Thank you, 300. You absolutely right. I don't know why. I told y'all this one little computer right here, it bothers me because it just bothers me, y'all. Hold on one moment. Let me see something. One moment. Let me see if I can do it now. Hold on one moment. Hold on. Let me go get my phone. I'll play it from my phone. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. One moment. Let me turn this up because I got my bud. So let me turn this bud off. I got a Beats buds and I had it in my ear in case somebody called. Okay, give me one moment. I'm here because this is really fascinating, y'all. That's why I want y'all to hear this. Okay, so here we go. Layla Africa, this is one of my personal teachers. Shouts out to him. Taught me a concept that is just mind blowing to me. He said sexual intercourse is called sexual intercourse for a reason because you're entering into a course. And this course in this journey is literally a back and forth literature where you learning each other's bodies, you learning each other's genetic information, you swapping out saliva, copeland, all these different types of antigen. Like a woman have something called copeland or copeland in her vagina that literally is a secretion. It's a mucus secretion that literally makes the man addicted to her pussy. And a man have a different one too in his stroke, and it brings on a certain energy to create certain molecules that set off oxytocin and dopamine in a woman. So sex is made to bond, and this bond is made to switch out genetic information. This genetic information is read, and then we literally become one. And through that oneness, we're supposed to create a human being, right? That's why I said it's not all about just reproducing. Is for a sensual feeling too. Sex is to orgasm and to bring you in a euphoria, and it makes sense because you are playing God. And you the Layla Africa. That was one of my Okay, so we're gonna play this again. No teacher, shouts out to him, taught me a concept that is just mind blowing to me. He said sexual intercourse is called sexual intercourse for a reason because you're entering into a course. And this course in this journey is literally a back and forth literature where you learning each other's bodies, you learning each other's genetic information, you swapping out saliva, copeland, all these different types of antigen. Like a woman has something called copeland or copeland in her vagina that literally is a secretion. It's a mucus secretion that literally makes the man addicted to her pussy. And a man have a different one too in his stroke, and it brings on a certain energy to create certain molecules that set off oxytocin and dopamine in a woman. So sex is made to bond, and this bond is made to switch out genetic information. This genetic information is read, and then we literally become one. And through that oneness, we're supposed to create a human being, right? That's why I said it's not all about just reproducing. It's for a sensual feeling too. Sex is to orgasm and to bring you in a euphoria, and it makes sense because you are playing God. And what y'all think about that? Because I think it's awesome. I think the way that he broke that down was awesome. I do feel like it's a form of playing God as well. You know, one thing I will say, because I was talking about biblical wise first, one thing I would say about that, to be honest with you, when you do have oneness in that area with your spouse, as far as the bedroom is concerned, that is a place that is between you and your spouse, whatever you guys allow, okay? Because that's something that, you know, God says the bed is undefiled. That is another place of oneness where you and your spouse become one, okay? It's a part of intimacy. Into me you see, okay? A lot of people miss intimacy just go straight to the sexual aspect of it and wonder why the sex is good, but they never connect outside of sex because you don't take the time to into me, you see. Okay. You don't take the time for the intimacy. Intimacy is where you both learn each other. Intimacy is where you speak and don't have to say anything. That's one thing I could say. I have to reference back to my deceased husband. That's one thing I could say. It's a lot of times we, had intimacy, and I ain't talking sex. That's two different things. We had intimacy, and we didn't have to say a word, and both of us knew what each other was thinking, because into me he saw, into me I saw, and so it's intimacy. When you are with your spouse and you all have taken the time to get to know each other on that level, if some things don't ever have to be said. You could lay right there in the bed with each other, your leg over his, you land on his chest. Y'all, in our case, sometimes I would be doing crossword puzzle, and he would be doing a Sudoku, and we would just be just so content. And our feet will be on each other, and things like that. Or it's just it's hard to explain to people who've never had that level of love or intimacy. It's like some people look at stuff and be like, it's weird. And it's just up to that's why I feel like, y'all, you always have to end up with a partner that would want to learn to know who you really are, not what they think, but who you really are. And then I always tell people, if a person asks you, tell me about yourself, and you can't muster up the words to express yourself, or if you can't muster up who you are or how you feel, then if they assume something, that's not on them, that's on you. Because if I asked you, well, tell me about yourself, what's your likes, your dislikes, this, that, and the other, and you can't speak it, or you don't know, or you don't have a clue, then if I pick up on what I feel or what I see from you, and then if I say, then a lot of times people say that's assuming. Well, I asked you. I'm on. What am I supposed to do? I mean, you either gonna tell me who you are. I'm gonna assume that what I see is who you are. I get that. Does that make sense? And a lot of times, like I said, when we in relationships and stuff, yes, I'm getting back on this relationship stuff. Y'all find out soon why. But anyway, when we in this relationship stuff type of thing, the best thing to me is in the beginning stages, when you are learning each other, when because if I like the fact that, like, okay, let me go here. Before you can even get in my underwear, let me just be honest with you, okay? Because I don't play those games. To me, and I ain't knocking nobody else, so don't at me if you loose with the booty, okay? If you're a loose booty, don't at me, okay? That's you and how you run your life. I'm talking about mine. As far as me, before you even hit my skins, it's a whole lot of other stuff that got to happen before that. Because I know I'm worth it, and I know what I'm working with. You feel what I'm saying? And I can't speak for nobody else. And, maybe people's like, girl, you ain't all that, blah, blah, blah. To you, I'm not, but to me, I'm everything. How about that? If it's a level from 1 to 10, I'm a 12. Don't get it twisted. So when you know who you are, you don't play those crackhead games. I don't live loosely with me. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I've never been one of them to do. And plus, I got to realize, when the next man to get me is getting extra gold. Because I'm going to tell you why. I've been with one man for the last 30 years. One. And for the last going on 2 years, come 2 years in August the 25th, actually, come 2 years in August 25th, 2023, I ain't had no sex. None. Ain't nobody tasted it. Ain't nobody played in it. Ain't nobody did nothing. So the next, you think I'm going to just let myself go for a quickie? Are you crazy? Does that even say? That's mental. That's a mental illness. I done been with one man almost 30 years. And then for the last 2 years, I ain't been with nobody. And I'm just going to let some man, because he's talking sweet nothing to me and all this and stuff. And I'm just going to let him dig out. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? No, it don't work like that. So, it is. And you just heard him say, you become one. I ain't trying to become one with nobody that ain't gonna give me their last name. For real. And as much as I say that, let me explain something to y'all about that as well, because somebody emailed me. So as much as I say that about me having somebody's last name, yeah, that's true. I ain't doing it until I got somebody's last name. However, I ain't desperate for nobody's name because I got one. Oh, did she say that? Yes, she did. Let's try that again. As much as I talk about I'm not doing nothing until I have somebody's last name, somebody else's last name, and I'm not. But check this out. I ain't desperate for nobody else's name because I got one. Okay? So it ain't like people sitting over here trying to hold out on them. She ain't gonna get my last name just fine. Okay, but that's fine. How you know I want your last name? Won't you ask me? Coco, would you like to have my last name? I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't proposing to none, but I'm just saying, would you like to have my last name? Let me tell you the truth, yes or no. Because there is a meaning behind last names. Okay. So just like you playing hooky and don't want to give it to me or whatever you feel, I ain't trying to get it. See how that works? We both happy. I ain't desperate for no name. I'm never thirsty. Ever. So yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah. All right, let's go back to the next one. And that was just my little 2-minute rant, y'all. But I meant what I said. And before I take it back, I add more to it. So let me try to pull this up and see. Hold on one moment, y'all. Okay. Let me see. And then what happened yesterday? I very much know I'm on the right path, honey. Shh. I wish I could have heard the prophecy I got. I know very much I'm on the right path, honey. Who? Shh. Okay. I ain't missing nothing. Trust me. God knows I ain't missing nothing. And y'all, let me tell you something. Okay, hold on. And before we go here, let me see. Okay, babe. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Smooches to you. Okay, so let me tell you something. Let me put my business hat on because I don't want to be a butt. Okay, I really don't want to be a butt. I'm serious. Let me tell you something. My future is so bright. Seriously, my future is so bright, y'all, and I know that. And my deceased husband always knew it. Like for real, he always knew it. And he never missed a day telling me. My future is so bright. Can't nobody dim it. Nobody. And the prophetic word that was given to me yesterday confirmed what I already knew. But enlightened me on why some things was the way it was and the way it is. A lot of people don't like me because of who God has made me. A lot of people, how can I say this? A lot of people would love to dim my light. And as much as people tell me they don't want to do that, yes, they do. It was revealed to me yesterday. Yesterday, yes, they do. Um, as much as people, not everybody, so I'm just saying people because I don't want to expose nothing. But as much as people have told me time and time again that they're for me, they're in my corner, they want the best for me, and all this and stuff like that, what I always felt in the pit was correct. It was correct. Um, Prophetically, y'all, let me tell you this. I am a prophet. I don't prophesy. Okay. What I mean by that is, I've been telling y'all this for a minute, so it ain't like this is new, but I'm redoing it. I am a prophet. I sit in the office of a prophet. That's different from someone who can just prophesy. A lot of times, people who can just prophesy is a gift, okay? But when you sit in an office like it, that means God earmarked you before you came from heaven, because you do know you come from heaven, right? Okay. Before you came from heaven in your mother's womb to this earth, to this world. And a lot of times when he send us like that, we're here for a purpose and then we return back. Okay. So my walk and my assignment may be different from somebody who you listen to who just give you a word of prophecy. Okay. My assignment, because I sit in the office of a prophet, is much different. Not only do I give you good news, but I also bring the warnings and bad things. Okay, I tear down some stuff. I am one that come against your favorite people. You know, when they wrong, they wrong. I am one that has been sent to put order into things and everything. So that is much different than just somebody who can loosely prophesy. Okay, you don't have to be a prophet to prophesy, and that's what I want y'all to get in your head. A lot of people who has the gift of prophecy aren't prophets. Okay, some people are ministers, some people are lay members, some people lay members meaning people who, just come to church and everything. They don't have an office in the church or nothing like that. So and I say that because I know a lot of people have said, you know, well, why is it that Creole, when she tell us things, most of the time it seems like she's correcting us or giving us a warning, more so than somebody who would just say you're gonna get $100, you're gonna get $1 million, you're gonna become this, you're gonna become that, because it depends on the assignment of what I'm saying. It's like whatever God shows me, I have to be obedient when He tells me to tell y'all that. Do you think I honestly like telling y'all that there's gonna be mass shootings this year like never before this year even came in, and what we're seeing is mass shootings like never before? Do you think I like to tell y'all that the weather patterns is going to be out the box? And so far, the weather patterns have been more out the box than they've ever been. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? Do you think I like telling y'all need to get stocked up on different things, because they're going to stop selling them, they're going to start burning them, they're going to start doing a whole, and the things is becoming a shortage and stuff. So, it ain't like I like saying that, but I'm obedient. Okay. I'm obedient. And so a lot of things because y'all, let me tell you something. This is what you have to realize. The devil sends people too. See, here's my thing. I never think the devil sent anybody that disagrees with me. You can disagree with me without being, we can disagree without being so disagreeable. You see what I'm saying? When it becomes an argument, like everything becomes like who got the biggest penis, excuse my language, but when it becomes one of those contests, I bow out. I am usually the first one to say, okay, you got it. You're right. Because it's not that important to me to bump heads and all this and stuff. It's one thing to hear on a conversation. It's another thing to where we're like getting into a catty bickering argument over something that's neither here nor there. I don't want to dumb myself down to do that. And I don't. People get mad at me, because I'll be the first to go, yeah, okay, well, you're right, and be done with it. Okay, let's move on. Because other than that, what are we sitting? What are we having this back and forth for if it ain't for somebody to be right and somebody to be wrong? You see how that sounds? Because people always say it ain't a right or wrong thing, but you're arguing with me to this level for somebody to be right or wrong, and it ain't for you to be wrong, I'm quite sure. So it's for me to be wrong. So in order to just cut this stupid conversation, this stupid thing, I'll be the first to say, you're right, I'm wrong. Let's move on. But a lot of people love the debate and bickering of it, and I'm not there. It's not that important to me. I got other things that my mind focuses on, and one is to become a billionaire. Yeah, I said B, not M. One is to become a billionaire. One is to make sure that I create whatever it is to heal the human body that my Father gives me, that I help people One is to keep my mind sharp. One is to keep, the love of God that I have in my heart towards fellow men. One is to save lives. One is to be all I can be. I mean, it's so many things that I am out here, trying to focus on to make sure I do before my numbers call. Little bitty stupid arguments don't, and I'm not gonna say stupid because to some people it means a lot, but little bitty arguments and stuff, and then people, one minute they for you, the next minute they mad at you for you don't know why, and then one minute they want you to believe that they for you, then they stop talking to you, then they get nasty with you. It's so temperamental. I'm like, I can't do that because what is the one thing I tell everybody I need? Stability, stableness. I can't take people that's up and down, in and out, in and out. That's not stable. And I have made accommodations for a lot of people like that I know I shouldn't have, and I should have cut off a long time ago. But I told y'all, who am I? The wounded warrior. What that means is I see a dog that's ugly, her all matted to itself, malnourished, malnutrition, all it. And I see, where everybody else will kick the dog. I'd be like, don't do it. And I'll brush the hair, go take it to the pet groomer, let them cut the hair off, and I'll feed it and give it water. And, before you know it, you don't even recognize the dog. And then the dog will turn around, pee on me, bite me, and go back to its owner. And that's how it is in human life. Some of the people that I have engaged in conversation, love, whatever, those are the people that other people would never have dealt with. But that's just me because I got a good heart. And even with that, it's like you better, you should, it's never, I don't know. It just trips me out. And so when she gave me that prophecy yesterday, I was like, wow. So what I can't do anymore is go against what I already know, even if there's no evidence of it. I can't go against what I already know. I can't, because it's going to be the difference in me living or dying. It's going to be the difference in whether I succeed or fail. So now when I see something, I can't go against it. Even, and here's the thing, even if the person is nice and all this and stuff, I have to stand firm on what God shows me. It's never stirred me wrong. Never stirred me wrong. Anytime that I've had, a bad got you moment where somebody has turned on me, lied on me, tried to mistreat me, this, that, and the other, it's because I did not heed the voice of God. Truthfully. And so, yeah. So anywho, and as heartbreaking as it is, because some people I just truly love, y'all. I really do. And I wish it would be better than what it is. I wish, seriously, that, we could have gotten to a level of understanding, and went from there, because I really love these people, and they just wouldn't. And I can't keep on. I just can't keep being the one, especially, how you call somebody and any other time when you call somebody, they pick up, they got their phone right there. Because if anybody call while you talking to them, they answer it and they let you go to go talk to whoever. And some of them people that they let you go for, don't give them a time of day. But they'll have no problem telling you bye. I mean, and I know y'all I know some of y'all feeling where I'm coming from. I know you are. You got some people that, you are the one that always how you doing? How's it going today? You the little cheery chapter person, and how you feeling and what's up? How you been? And everything, because that's your heart. Right. And as soon as somebody ding or whatever, instead of them saying, asking that person, like, what's up? How you doing? Is this something we really need to talk about right now? Can I call you back? Because I am on another line. Like that. Like, I'm on another line. Can I call you back? They'll tell that person, hold on, I gotta call you back. And you're like, okay, no problem. But it's the manner of how they say it. I gotta call you back. Like, nigga, somebody else done called me that's more important than you are. And knowing dang well that you may not hear, that person may not hear it from them people for another 6 to 7 months, but they'll disconnect from you quick. So you have to watch that. You really do. And I know it sounds petty, but when you think about it, you like, when you sit back and see how many accommodations that you allow people or whatever, and how much that you give up just so you can show the people that you're there for them, that they mean something to you, but they don't give you that same juice or energy back. It's like you get tired of being the one that always is the one like, I don't want to do this no more. It's only so many times you can tell me you don't like me and that you don't really care about me without telling me you don't like me and you don't really care about me. So don't be nobody's flunky, y'all. And like I said, once my heart gets to a point to where it's a wrap.com, it means that I have allowed so much for so long that now it's like, And then they get mad at you because you won't let them walk on you no more. Huh? Where they do that at? Say who now? You got attitude because I've decided. Really? How stupid is that? But whatever, you can't expect sense from unsensible people. So, like I said, I love people where they are, but I never get that back. Ever get that back. Like, people expect so much from me, and when I don't line up to how they feel like I should line up with them, no matter how much I give them, no matter how much of my heart and everything I give people, it's never enough. People want more. More. And then when I have nothing to give, they have no use for me. So, it is what it is. I know, hey, Happy Bird, smooches, boo. So, I know y'all been there, I know y'all been there. So I just want to take time out to say sometimes it's not you. For real. You're not responsible that you have a heart of love. That's not your fault. It's just a lot of people are just corrupt from the inside out. It's like it's embedded in their heart. They don't know how to be nothing but what they are. And I keep saying they're going to get it back, y'all. It's true. And they're going to get it back because they're going to love somebody with everything. And that person is going to kick them in their teeth. And everything that you did for them and all the love that you have for them going to come floating back to their head. And they're going to realize, wow, because sometimes people don't realize what they're doing until it happens to them. When it happens to them, then it kind of wakes their mind up like, well, dang, that's what she was talking about. That's what he was talking about. Now you see. By that time, of course, the person is long gone. You long gone living your dream. I'm living my best life. Ain't come back and forth with you, boogles. I said boogles. Anywho, let me get to this, y'all, so we can get out of here because we already at 107. Didn't mean to go over that long. I want y'all to hear this real quick. Let's see. Let me see where I'm at on this. Hold on. 5:54 and hold on. Okay, so here we go. I'm living my best life. See, I done got that stupid song stuck in my head now, y'all. Okay, here we go. One moment. 1 minute. Y'all still can't hear it, can you? Hold on. Let me see if y'all can hear it. I might have to play it on my phone.
AIDS. Too good to be true?
Oh, yeah, y'all heard it. Okay. Hold on.
I haven't had any symptoms or problems, anything.
Sabrina Peterson's son no longer disabled by sickle cell anemia.
He has a lot of energy. I have to make him rest.
Disease is cured by this man. His name is Dr. Sebi, but you won't find a medical degree hanging from his wall. Instead, a certificate of healing.
We have complex things with science. But if we go back to God and use the herbs as God said, then you can see how simple it is. Then
Dr. Sebi believes what ails you can be cured with natural alkaloid herbs and a vegetarian diet solely made up of what he calls electric foods, mushrooms, greens, and rye breads without starch.
If Hippocrates established the principle of medical science by using herbs to cure diseases, then why the physician using the chemicals?
He said something. He said, while using herbs can kill diseases, why is the physician not using it? Okay. And remember, I told y'all earlier that we want to eat to live, not live to eat, right? Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna play some more.
40 years ago, a doctor in Mexico cured Sebi of diabetes, asthma, and obesity with the very same herbs and diet he dispenses to all of his patients, whether they're suffering from lack of energy or full-blown AIDS.
That package is an intracellular chelation. I'm removing plaque from the system. I'm removing inflammation. That is the base for all disease.
Okay, remember I told y'all, inflammation, right, means it is anything that ends in itis, okay? Retinitis, tendonitis, bursitis, arthritis, anything ending in itis. Itis means inflammation, okay? So, yeah.
And according to a medical affidavit provided by Dr. Sebi, it's working. It shows a patient diagnosed with HIV in November of 1993 was cured 2 months later. Thousands of patients worldwide swear by his methods and natural herbal medicines.
So it's a white guy. I think he's white. I'm not sure. And I'm only saying this so you'll know the preference of what I'm talking about. His name is what is it? What is it? He like interviews all type of celebrities and stuff, and he has came out against Dr. Sebi. He tried to pin Linnell in a corner, asking her about Dr. Sebi's practices and stuff, and he didn't believe that Dr. Sebi cured all these people and all this and stuff. What is the Vlad? I think that's his name, Vlad. And I don't like him. I've never liked him, and I don't know why. Because it seemed like he only interviewed black celebrities and black athletes and stuff. He never interviews nobody else, and it's like he asks questions so that we can, talk about our own and stuff like this. So I'm just saying, Vlad, he really anti Dr. Sebi, but the proof speaks for itself.
In the tiny village, Lisa sought guidance for body and soul from an herbal guru named Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi, according to him, can cure anything. Everything from trying to lose weight to, looking for a cure for AIDS. People go there with hopes and dreams that Dr. Sebi can somehow save them.
She had been through so many intense.
Okay, so let me ask y'all something. One reason they say that we're not supposed to eat meat is because whatever you kill enters inside of you. Okay, I sort of believe that. Plus, back in, if you go back to Africa or whatever, like our jawbones and mouths and stuff is a lot like an ape's or whatever. Not that we are. I'm not calling this. I'm talking about the way that our mouths is structured, right? We are only really, to be honest, supposed to digest vegetables and fruit. We're not supposed, the way that our mouth is structured is not structured for for meat. Okay. However, we do eat it, but if we go back to the way we were structured, it's for vegetables and as well as fruits, Anywho, let me, because I'm trying to get to a point.
Hence problem.
Wait a minute, let me go. Hold on. That's not it. Yeah, that is it. Let me see. I don't have my glasses, y'all. Bear with me. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to start from right here.
You say that you gave up food for 64 days. What did you do during that 64-day period of time that sustained you, that gave you enough energy to just even get up out of the bed?
When I was in the village of Usha in Honduras, we have terrible.
I don't know why it's so low when you hear it. I apologize, y'all. It's not me.
9.8. A pH of 9.8, meaning that this substance has a high level of oxygen.
Uh-huh.
And it is oxygen that the body needs,
Okay.
not rice or beans or a piece of meat.
Mm-hmm.
It needs oxygen. That is the fuel of the body.
In 1979, I think it was, you were charged in New York City with practicing medicine without a license.
Okay, did y'all hear that? 1979, Dr. Sebi was charged for practicing medicine without a license. That's why I always come on here and tell y'all I am not a doctor, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't even play one on TV. The things that I'm telling you guys about that helps in different aspects is things I have tried myself or people I know have tried, okay? So I don't never get that twisted. Because I don't want anybody saying, blah, blah, blah. My doctorate is in counseling. It's in counseling. So it ain't got nothing to do with the medical aspect, but I do have a doctorate in counseling. Okay. So let me straighten it out. That's why you see doctor before Creole. All right. So some of y'all knew that, but some of y'all didn't. So that's why I wanted to tell y'all that. Okay. Let's move forward. I hope y'all can hear this. I'm so sorry. It's so low when it just, I don't know what's going on. Okay. Here we go.
You were ultimately charged, indicted, and taken before the New York Supreme Court.
Let me do it like this. Let me just play it on my phone. What mark am I at? 5 something? Hold on. Because anybody got time to play with them. They play too much.
You were ultimately charged, indicted, and taken before the New York Supreme Court. And I would advise my viewers who might be questioning your authenticity that you won that case. Now, the charge was practicing medicine without a license and claiming that you had a remedy to cure AIDS, cancer, and diabetes. So the question is, how did you win that case against what some people say are the toughest prosecutors in the land?
Well, it was 1987.
87, not 79, 87.
The 10th of February.
Okay.
My mother knew they were coming. When I told my mama that I had cured my 13 AIDS patient, she said, they ain't gonna get you. They ain't gonna get you.
Did y'all hear how many people he cured from AIDS?
So let me stop you there. You said I cured my 13 AIDS patients.
Yeah.
So you had 13 patients who
Yeah.
had AIDS.
Yeah.
And then you say
you cured
them.
Sure.
Keep talking.
So my mother said, they're gonna get you. I said, but Mom, why are they gonna get me? Because you must remember that you live in a society that supports a certain philosophy and a certain system. You being the color that you are, black, and then you're going against the grain, they're gonna get you. So when I'm in my office on February the 10th, here come the detectives. You were charged with practicing medicine without a license, selling product not approved by the FDA, and claiming to cure AIDS and other diseases. I said, yes. Well, you are making a fraudulent claim. I asked the detective, how do you know that?
Because you were advertising in newspapers.
Of course. I advertised in the Village Voice, the Amsterdam News, and the New York Post.
And you were telling people through your advertising that you can cure
AIDS, sickle cell, lupus, herpes, blindness, diabetes, paralysis, and others.
Okay, so they come knocking on the door and...
So it knocked on my door and took me to jail. But the funny thing about it, I was happy. I was very, very extremely happy. When everybody in my office was crying, I was happy because my mama told me they were coming. And I knew that I had sufficient evidence to prove my position. Not only scientifically, empirically, historically, and whatever way they would like desire. So while I was in jail, I'm saying, I wonder what defense they would have against me.
Yeah.
I would like to know. But I didn't blame the Attorney General, Mr. Robert Abrams, because why should he accept from me the statement that I cure AIDS and sickle cell and blindness when no one else has ever made those claims? The man had a right to it.
Do y'all hear that? These are almost impossible things, you guys. That's what we have been told all our lives, that these things that he's mentioned is impossible to cure. Which is ooh. I just want y'all to make sure y'all that y'all hear that, because to me, this man was a genius. I know a lot of people don't feel like that, you know what I'm saying? But to me, he was a genius. You know, and he got tired of being sick, you know, for somebody to show him the way, and then he shared it with his people. You know, that's awesome sauce, awesome.com, you know. It's, you know, people don't want things to come out as, well, the reason why things are not allowed is because of money. Yes, that is the reason. If people don't make any money, if the people who have been getting rich off of everybody's illnesses start to not make money and people live longer, come on now. Come on. Okay, I'm almost done with this. One moment.
Press me, but he was making a mistake. So I'm sitting in jail, and I'm happy. When I got out of jail and when I went in front of the judge, I asked 3 questions.
And they were,
Your Honor,
you defended yourself.
of course I did.
Okay.
Your Honor, is it a fact that the Holy Bible teaches that the herbs are for the healing of the nations? She said, yes. Is it a fact that science shows that the human body is carbon-based, and to complement a carbon-based body, you must have a carbon-based substance to complement it, because the body only accepts a substance through the process of chemical affinity. Chemical affinity is important. It's an electrical transport. Chemical affinity. Okay. The body could only accept what it is made of, not something new or alien to it.
That's what I wanted you all to get. The body can only accept only what it's made up of, not no foreign stuff. Okay, in other words, and yeah, so that is. And what is your body made up on? Y'all, why am I talking to y'all and this thing's on mute? I apologize so much. I am so sorry. Okay. So this is something I wanted to share with you guys because I told you guys I actually train people, I actually teach people, and I actually have some clients, right, that I help with the herbal stuff. So anyway, y'all, just to let you know, I told you all that I was on the Real Anthony McNeil's panel. Either it wasn't last year, it was year before. Dang, time's flying. Year before, and we was talking about this particular herb, particular fruit that I'm going to bring up. Okay, and this lady came in and she came on the panel and she was from where this particular fruit is grown. And she said in the country where this fruit comes from, she said it grows freely in people's yards. You know, like in some of our yards, we grow lemons, blackberries, stuff like that. It's just free. You can go out there, pick them off your thing and wash them off and eat them. Well, this is how this particular fruit grows in that country where she's from. She said because of the power that this fruit has and the documented proof of what I'm about to say that this fruit does, that the government in this particular country has made a thing to where you can't even harvest it from your own yard. If it's in your yard, it's against the law for you to pick it. Because what they're trying to do, they suppose, and this is all, let me say allegedly. Here, let me put allegedly all up and through here, okay? All up and through here, okay. So supposedly, the country is trying to join forces with a big country that has a lot of people who don't speak other languages. They speak one language. This starts with an E. This country that I'm speaking of, and that country where mostly, everybody speaks one language to start with an E, are trying to get together to see how they can get it, either kill it or get it to where they can sell it and make a profit. You heard what I said. Sell it or kill it. They don't want it to grow because of what it does in the body. One thing about this particular, can y'all hear me now? I hope y'all can. Okay, one thing about this particular, because I've said too much to go back. This particular fruit, I was giving it to one of my relatives who had the C word that ends with answer. Okay, put the C in front, answer. Okay, and I bought this particular tea that has this fruit. Okay, it's a fruit tea, and to help this person fight because they was taking chemo and things like that. So they're answer free. Okay. So let me play y'all real quick this video. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. Pay attention. Make sure y'all can see it. Hold on. Give me one moment. I hope y'all take notes because sometimes I'm going to start deleting some of these videos. So, okay. Here we go. Turn it up.
But what is even stranger is that there actually is a truthful meaning behind it. You see, the banned fruit soursop, which is restricted from being sold in the USA, looks very similar to this fruit. In fact, the same way these fruits are supposed to give you superpowers, soursop heals a certain issue that most doctors struggle to heal. If you know what it is, I want you to leave a comment. Anyway, the director of the show must have known this fruit was banned, but what's scarier is that giant corporations want to get rid of it for good. It is not a matter of if, but when. That is why I developed soursop oil from my brand Dr. Truth, which will never expire and is used to heal this illness many Americans struggle with. Stack up now because I don't want to hear that I didn't warn you when the time comes. Several fruits from one piece are real, but what is even stranger is that there actually is a truthful meaning behind it. You see, the banned fruit soursop, which is restricted from being sold in the USA, looks very similar to this fruit. In fact, the same...
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Is being restricted from being sold in the USA.
Same way these fruits are supposed to give you superpowers, soursop heals a certain issue that most doctors struggle to heal. If you know what it is, I want you to leave a comment. Anyway, the director of the show must have known this fruit was banned, but what's scarier is that giant corporations want to get rid of it for good. It is not a matter of if, but when. That is why I developed soursop oil from my brand Dr. Truth, which will never expire and is used to heal this illness many Americans struggle with. Stack up now because I don't want to hear that I didn't warn you when the time comes.
Okay, so let me tell you what else this helps you with, okay? Inflammation. You can make a tea with it. Aches and pains. Answer. Let me see. You can rub it on the topic. You can take it inwardly. It comes in a tea. It comes in pills. It comes in tinctures. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you something. Let me pull up my notes real quick. Hold on, y'all. I know we've been on here for a minute, y'all, but everything's tying into each other. If you got to go, I understand. We're not going to be in here much longer, trust me, but this is important. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it at? Okay, so I'm pulling up my notes, my Dr. Sebi notes. It dilates blood vessels. It expels worms. So if you've got some type of worm in you or whatever, it expels that. It kills bacteria. It kills cancer cells. It kills parasites. It kills viruses. Lowers your heart rate in case you got rapid heart rate, reduces blood pressure, reduces fever, reduces spasms, relieves depression. It gives you a sedated feeling if you need to, relax. Slows tumor growth, stimulates digestion, okay? And it stops convulsion, along with other things, okay? So, yeah. Oh, you love soursop? Good. I take I have the pills. I take the supplement, So yeah, I just wanted to, shout y'all out about that because we rolled right into where we was going with Dr. Sebi and all of that and stuff, y'all. Like I told y'all. Oh, thank you. Like I told you guys, it is it's best to get what you can while you can, because freedom is slowly leaving, y'all. Every time your freedoms is slowly leading, it's coming up. It's coming up. One day you have freedom to do this, and then you go to do it again, and they tell you that's against the law, and you like, when? Because I just did it 2 weeks ago, and they're like, yeah, but they voted it in the law. They made it a law, So you have to, make sure that you do what you can while you can, My thing is, like I said, I want to leave you all more knowledgeable maybe than what you knew when you came over here. I leave you feeling better than what you did before you came in here, and everything. So that is my thing. I want you happy, healthy, and whole. That's all I want, is you to be happy, healthy, and whole, and everything. So it is very, yeah. Yep. My Cash App too. Somebody had asked me that in the email. Usually, well, it's running at the bottom of my screen. Yes, whatever you send, I do appreciate it. I do say thank you. You know, I don't, whatever, honey. I ain't one of them people that, you know, feel like, you know, whatever you saying is not good enough, because you don't even have to send nothing. Just the thought that you thought about me to send me something, I appreciate it. At this time, I still haven't gotten my, I'm still no funds at this time, but God is good. In spite of, God is good. Okay. So, you know, so yeah, it is one of them things, you know. I do have some books. Thank you, 300. I do have some books out there on Amazon. I already showed y'all the title. One is God Can Still Use Damaged Goods. The other one is He Said He Would Never Leave Me. And I forget my middle book. I think it's From Sexual Abuse to Spiritual Use, A God Story. That's me. So I have 3 books out there. I am working currently on my 4th book. I may have to not come on here for a while just so I can get it finished before a deadline. I am going to write a book about my daughter that was murdered. I'm going to write a book about her, but I'm waiting till after the trial is over so it can be a complete book. Okay. So that probably won't come out until next year. But I do have a book that it will be out no later than probably... I'm trying to make it available by the 4th of July. I really am. You know, if not, then at least by August 1st, it'll be available. So yeah, and I just want y'all to know that. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. You know, thank you so much, 300, for taking out your time to mod today. I appreciate that so much. Appreciate everyone who came over here, everybody that was up in the clouds. I appreciate you guys as well. Y'all stay clear of some of this stupid stuff that's going on this YouTube. It's just ridiculous. Keep your mind clear. Like what you like, but don't spend so much time focused on all that stuff. It's not good for you, you know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, love. I appreciate you too. You know I do. And everything, y'all. So yes, I got some more stuff that's happening with me. I'm not at liberty to tell right now. I'm learning not to speak too soon, you know, until it comes to fruition. So, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. What I'm about to do now is go rub on my old Keurig pot. And I think, to be honest, y'all, I'm gonna tell you who I think actually sent the whammy over here for my coffee pot. I really believe it was my mind. I really do. 300, he's a hater. Let me tell you how. He hates me to drink coffee. He hates me to drink coffee. Okay, that's the vein of our existence. Like you know, I love coffee. He hates coffee, so he, you know, be talking anti-coffee, and I call him a communist because who's anti-coffee like that? You feel what I'm saying? So I think my mind, you know, was like, I don't want, you know, Coco's coffee Keurig to work Monday, so let her. I don't want her to get no coffee Monday. If she go to McDonald's, let them be rude to her. You know what I'm saying? All of that, like I said, I think my mom did it. Yeah, I'm gonna blame him. I need somebody to blame, so I'm gonna blame him. You know, when things go wrong, I blame 300. That's just the nature of the relationship. When things go wrong, it's his fault. When things go right, I don't know whose fault it is. It could be mine, but. Oh, one more thing, y'all. Let me tell y'all what had happened. I don't want to hear nobody else telling me that white men don't like black butts. Okay, I don't want to hear nobody saying it to me. True story. I was at picking up a receipt from a payment that I made. I was picking up a receipt and I was standing in line, and the window was right there, so I could see the person behind me or whatever through the window, through the glass, right? I could see them. They didn't know I was watching them. So this man, he came out from the garage area and he was walking behind me and he looked at me. Now I'm watching him. He looked at me and did another look, like he looked and did a fast take and looked again, and he turned his head because he saw my son looking at him. Like my son, even though he's 26, my son big. Like he's a wall. I keep telling y'all he's a wall. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of him one day. He's a wall. And so he happened to see my son looking, and he heard him turn his head because he zoomed in on this keister, her show. And I got on a cute little mini dress too, honey. He zoomed. I was like, I laughed because I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because he was trying his best not to be conspicuous. He was like, "Wow!" He looked again, and then he turned his head somewhat and saw my son staring at him. He looked straight ahead. I'm like, dang. Don't blame my guy for that, honey. Lies you tell, Mr. Mod. It was your fault. Shoot. Because I end up with some coffee now. So it couldn't have been God because he made sure I had it. Oop, boop, bloop. So anyway, y'all. All right. I love y'all. Smooches.